Hi there guys, it is Lucy, aka the MT Rep Coach, coming in for a mini lesson for you today. So today's lesson is titled How to Find Your Path, and what I mean by that is more within the theatre world, or even if theatre is the right path for you. Just in case you're watching this at a different point in history, it is currently March 2020.
It's Corona time!
So it is actually probably a very good point to be thinking about this right now. You really don't have any other distraction at this point. So probably is a good time to sit down and ask yourselves these questions that I spin off to you and have an honest conversation with yourself. So probably number one question to ask yourself is, does this make me happy? Does performing make you happy? Because if it doesn't, then why'd you do it? That sounds like a very simple question, but it can be quite complex to answer. I kind of extend on that question and think, like, you know, does this make me happy and why? Because if it makes you happy because you love finding characters, you like looking into storylines, you like finding actions, you like exploration, you like self-discovery and discovering other characters and that kind of script analysis, then you'll be right. You'll be fine. If you just do it just for the actual love of it, then I think this is the right path for you as well. If there's something else going on, like if performing feeds some sort of insecurity that you used to have, yeah, that makes it a bit tough. It just makes it completely unfulfilling. So if you can find a way to change that and find something fulfilling in another part of it, then great. Then work on that, change that, develop that. Another thing, something that I found helpful to ask myself when I got super busy and had too many balls up in the air and just was struggling as, you know, what to do. A question I'll ask myself, and it's not a normal question, is if I'm exhausted, could I still muster up the energy to do it? If you can't, or if there's something else that you love more or gives you more energy, like, because I find performing feeds me energy. Like I can be like, and I start singing friggin' Sondheim and I'm like, woo, 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 and it just like gives energy into my body. But something like working in a bar, for example, if I go in there tired, I'll be tired and I'll be low energy and I'll just be like, I want to go home. I don't want to do this. I get an hour into a hospitality shift and go like, whoo, oh my gosh, I love this. I love serving the people. And I think like that's a great indicator of whether you are on the right path, because if something inspires you, then it just feeds into your soul and like connects something and it's like, wow! Something else to ask yourself, and this might be a tougher question with the world at the minute. Basically, am I getting callbacks? What are those callbacks for? / what roles am I landing? I mean, the thing is it's a game of chance, 100%. But it's possible you might be going into the room with an energy that kind of goes against your look, goes against your vocal type, so it doesn't quite match up as a big picture. When I first graduated, I had somewhat of an existential crisis because while I was in uni, I was playing all these strong, brassy, female roles. The first callbacks I got were for high soprano roles. And I was like, I kind of had to sit down and go, whoa. You know, I had to really think about that for a while. And now I find, you know, I mainly am getting cast in comedies slash comedic roles slash over the top kind of people, you know, regardless of vocal type. You know, so you have to think about like the puzzle pieces matching up. Maybe my face looks like I can sing a top C. I don't know why that is, but you know, that kind of fed me a message. Kind of collectively have a think about how your auditions have gone and what you've been called back for and what you've been cast in, and go, okay, so in my work, am I working towards that goal? Am I doing all that I can to get cast in those roles that kind of have already, that I've already got the feedback that I'm kind of doing well in? There's merit into working on your weaknesses, of course. You want to be as diverse and as possible, but your strengths need to be so strong as well that it's just like, you're in. We need you, because that is the best of that kind of thing that I have seen. That is the best belt, that is the best soprano, that is the best character, that is the best like whatever it is, that is the best version of that I've seen, so in. But if you kind of spread yourself too thin, then that can be dangerous too. You want to have a lot of skills, but you also want to stay in your lane and make sure that you've got the best chance possible of getting cast. And then a further on question for that is, once you have a think about what characters that, you know, you're kind of getting like, not boxed into, but like kind of the area that you feel like you fit, then you go back to your first question and go, so does that make me happy? Like, let's take me as an example. If you sit back and go, you know what, a lot of casting directors are considering me for comedy, and you want to slit your wrists if you do comedy, then you gotta think about that. Like, can you change something about yourself to fit into the place where you want to? Or is that just it? Because sometimes it can be changed, but sometimes it's like, sorry girl, you just got a funny face. This is kind of similar to one of the other points, but the other question you gotta ask yourself is, am I okay with pursuing this, even if I don't get cast like 80% of the time? You expect to just get offer after offer after offer after offer. You have to be okay with that not being your reality. So that kind of ties into the first question of, which I think is probably the root of the entire thing. Does this make me happy? And will it still make me happy if I'm not employed? If it doesn't, there is nothing wrong with that. Nothing. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean anything. You're just finding your way. It will eventually lead to the best thing ever. Anyway, I think I have given you a little bit to think about during this weird ass time. I'm still here. I'm still an online platform, so nothing's changed from my end. Go to my website, themtrepcoach.com, have a look, see if there is something I can help you with, and if it's not me, then please find someone or something to keep learning and growing from in this time. So yeah, I'm the MT Rep Coach on all socials, Facebook and Instagram, and visit my website if you wanna have some more maxi lessons. Otherwise, I will see you in the next mini lesson.